Today, we're going to open up a new 529 college savings plan. This is going to be the Ohio's 529 College Advantage Plan. Now, if you're new to this channel or new to the playlist of following my kids' college savings plan journey, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. Now, I'm going to go through this. I haven't gone through it, but I wanted to record it. So if you're thinking about opening up a 529 plan, the Ohio plan, I'm just going to go ahead and open it and record the entire process and kind of just share my thoughts. And before I do, the reason that I would like to open up a new 529 plan is because of the investment options. I was looking at this plan this morning, and there is an investment that I want to put my kids' college savings into. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to roll the existing 529 plan over, but if and when I do, I will certainly share that with you. So let's go ahead and pull it up on the screen. Let's go through this together. And this is going to be my first time as well. So let's see what we have. So here is the Ohio's website for their 529, and it's called the College Advantage Plan. And this is not the guaranteed plan. I haven't looked at the guaranteed plan, but this is going to be their investment side of their 529 college savings plan. So let's go ahead and start this application right here. And you're going to go ahead and put in your new account owner's information, which is going to be you as the parent or grandparent if you're setting this up for your child or your grandchild. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. And then I'm going to click continue and go ahead and put in all this other information. And then go ahead and enter in your beneficiary's information. And now it looks like we have to choose our investments. So I'm going to go ahead and check off investment portfolio. So let's go ahead and see what their investments are here and see if we can find the one that I want. And there we go. I want to use the Vanguard 500 index option, and I'm going to put 100% in there. And then I'm going to choose next. And I'm going to check off this first button right here, and I'm going to go ahead and put in, we're going to do $400. So I'm going to say other. I'm going to do $400 per month. That's what we're going to start with for this 529 college savings plan. And the rest of the information on this page is going to be your banking information that you're going to use to fund this account. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter that in, and I will cut to the next page. And then on this page, the delivery method, choose whatever works for you. And I'm going to go ahead and click next. Oh, almost forgot that radio button right there, or that checkbox, and click next. And then go ahead and create your username and password. Then just check all your information and go down to the bottom, click that little checkbox and sign. All right, so here it looks like we could get a code for getting gifts into our 529 plan. And it looks like you could probably just give out that code to get contributions from friends or family. And then at the very bottom, it looks like we open up another account, which I will do because I have 4 kids right now. So we're going to open up an account for each one of them. All right, so now we got all the paperwork set up. The accounts are ready to be funded. We're just waiting for those transactions to go through. Should take a few days. And once that gets going, I'll follow up with more videos on this as well. But I wanted to talk first how I'm actually funding it, because that's actually complete, which is different than I've been doing it in the past. I've talked about it a little bit on previous videos, but let me talk about it again. So I'm not actually funding these 529 plans directly myself. What we're doing is we're actually hiring our kids through one of our businesses, which then pays them, because that gets us a tax deduction for the business and basically for myself. And then the kids can then fund their own 529 college savings plans. And because their income will likely be below the single standard deduction, they're not going to pay any income taxes. And we're also avoiding the self-employment tax because they're minors. So there's a few working parts in there to save on taxes today and tomorrow. So it's kind of taking if you look at the 529, kind of similar to a Roth IRA, but we're getting this like kind of pre-tax contribution. So we're actually benefiting tax-wise today. And then when it's used for college, we're also going to get a benefit then as well. But that's not why I made this change or why I opened up this account. That's just how I'm funding it. Now, I wanted to use a single fund, and the previous 529 plan, I don't know if I've already said this in this video yet, but we had to allocate at least or a maximum of 25% in each fund. So at the least, we were required to use 4 funds. And I really just wanted to use one. I wanted to really simplify it. While I like individual stocks a lot, you can't use those in 529 plans. So I'm okay with using the ETFs and just kind of setting it and forgetting it and saying, okay, you know what? This is going to fund my kids' college savings plans. Just set it, forget it. And that's really how I'm treating all of this. But I liked the Ohio's plan because they basically had an S&P 500 fund that was relatively cheap. And again, I just want to set it and forget it. The S&P 500 funds, if you don't already know this, capture about 80% of the market performance. So it's not just large caps. It's 500, but it still represents a large part of the market. And that's why you're always hearing the S&P 500 as quoted as how's the market doing? And that's kind of the reason why. So I just wanted to use an S&P 500 fund, and I saw that Ohio had one, really easy to open up. And I'm in the state of Florida, and you might also be wondering, well, if it's another state, why would you use it? We don't have a state income tax, so there's no state benefit to using our own state's 529 plan. But even if you have a 529 plan and income tax in your own state, there still might not be a benefit. So you have to match those two up and see if there's an actual benefit to use your own state's 529 plan. But if that's not the case, there are a handful of great 529 college savings plans. This is just happens to be one that I'm using today, and it might change in the future. So you want to keep watching my videos and watching this playlist. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to future videos and how I explain my kids' 529 college savings plan journey. And it's not just 529 plans, it's all the different plans that we're using. And I'm just talking about the 529 plan today. So let me go ahead and pull up so we can look at the performance together really quickly before we end this video. And this is the fund that I'm using, the Vanguard 500 Index option. And you can see the 3 months, the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and the lifetime of the fund. So pretty decent over the last 5 years. 9.27%, and it pretty much tracks the S&P 500. So I have that pulled up right here, and you can see the same columns since inception, year to date, 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. And that last column is since inception. But they put the benchmark, which is the comparison index, right below each of these funds. So again, Vanguard 500 Index option, and we can compare it directly with the S&P 500 index right below it. So the difference here is basically the fees. That's very close. It's basically tracking the S&P 500. And the reason it's just a little bit behind it is because of those fees, more or less. So that is the fund that I'm going to use moving forward. And I haven't decided if I'm going to roll the rest of the 529s that I currently have into this one plan. I probably will get around to it, but I just wanted to set it up and get those first contributions in there and wait until kind of the dust settles, and then I might roll those plans over. So that is all for today. That's how we opened up the Ohio 529 College Advantage Plan. That's what it's called, with the investment options. So hopefully this has helped. Let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions, comments down below. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.